Nestled among the coastal hills in Mendocino County along Highway 128, Anderson Valley is home to 4 small rural towns with a combined population of 3,200 people. Sheep farms, apple orchards, and vineyards border the Navarro River, which flows alongside Hendy Woods State Park, one of California's state parks slated for closure on July 1st, 2012. Generations of local residents worked for over 25 years to persuade the state to save these magnificent ancient redwood groves, until finally it was purchased from a lumber company. In 1963, under Governor Pat Brown, it was dedicated as a state park. By 1988, Save the Redwoods League had given 204 more acres to Hendy Woods State Park, bringing the total acreage to 816. Today, with its 94 campsites, Hendy Woods receives some 46,000 visitors from all over the world every year. This is one of only 2 state parks in Mendocino County that is accessible for Americans with disabilities. At the end of 2011, Hendy Woods was occupied for 3 days in protest against its scheduled closing. This action came only after the local Chamber of Commerce, Anderson Valley Community Services District, the Anderson Valley Wine Growers Association, and the Mendocino County Board of Supervisors had tried for months to have Hendy Woods taken off the park closure list.
It can actually affect everybody, not just the businesses and the business owners.
Anderson Valley residents and park friends of all ages gathered together under the redwoods to support the occupation and celebrate the majesty of Hendy Woods. Ecology walks and workshops to educate the community about the park's history and what park closure could mean for Hendy Woods in the Anderson Valley area were held.
I mean, not amorphous, but it would have different aspects.
That's important, good faith. I went and spoke with them there.
Focus groups were formed to keep this park open to the public. Community members here are committed to finding ways to protect and preserve the park's natural beauty for generations to come.
This park affects so many people in so many ways. Families who can only afford a camping vacation, community businesses all are dependent on the number of people that Hendy can support when they camp. 10 times more people can stay at Hendy Woods than any place else in the Anderson Valley. We have so little lodging. Every single business, every single type of economy in this valley depends on Hendy Woods in one way or another.
I came today because I love Hendy Woods, and we're close, and we come here quite often ourselves, and whenever we have family or friends, we bring them to Hendy Woods. But I hadn't realized how important it was to our business. I have a small organic farm with a farm stand, and people this summer have been stopping by to get vegetables who've told me that they've been camping at Hendy Woods for years. And you get people who have whole families, they're here for a week, they stop by and they buy all our vegetables.
I'm J.R. Collins, and I'm the superintendent for the Anderson Valley Unified School District, the district that Hendy Woods is in. And Hendy Woods is really an important educational site for our school district. The kids come here on trips, nature, outdoor education, they use the facilities, they do bird walks, and it's just an important facility for our kids in Anderson Valley.
Having come here since I was a child, and my daughter's first birthday was here, it's also a really important resource. I need to have a healthy community and a healthy economy in order to raise my kids.
I have so many memories running through this grove. I like to ride my horse here. I grew up swimming in this river. My school, as a child growing up here, we had school field trips here. I have many fond memories here.
First of all, I never thought this day would come that our park would be in danger, because I realize that I've taken it for granted, and I don't want to do that anymore, and I'm hoping that, I believe that the whole community feels the same way.
There's certain things that we as citizens hold dear and deserve to have, and one of them is an opportunity to recreate in beautiful spaces like Hendy Woods. The whole premise of the state closing these parks, and as you know, Mendocino County is being hit harder than any other county in the state. There's actually 8 of the 70 closures here in Mendocino County.
In the following weeks, several meetings attracted large turnouts, testifying to community concern over the future of Hendy Woods State Park. Many volunteered to raise funds to help keep the park open, and even to work there themselves.
I grew up in Anderson Valley. Hendy Woods has been a very big part of my family. I'm a teacher in this community as a daughter of my father who had a stroke, and this is one of the few areas that he can go and actually walk. And when my family and his grandchildren come, we always go to Hendy Woods because it's one of the places that he can be. And so it's an incredibly valuable resource for people of limited mobility who are handicapped.
My name is Jerry Cox. I'm a resident of the Anderson Valley for about 32 years. And my conviction about saving Hendy Woods is primarily for my grandchildren. My grandchildren live in Ukiah and in Santa Rosa, and coming here, it's a great place for them to ride their bikes, to see nature, to walk through the woods. And I would hate to see Hendy Woods close down, and have them miss that benefit. Amen.
I'm a retired state park ranger. I worked at Hendy Woods and other state parks in Mendocino County for 14 years. And I, like many others, am very concerned about the possibility of closing Hendy Woods. With a park being closed, you can't stop people from going in. You can't be watching it all the time. And it will be a place that more negative activities might happen. And I'm afraid that even if it were closed for 1 or 2 years, it would take 10 times that long to get the parks back up running again the way they are now.
We have an apple farm and a fruit stand, and we do some processed products. And it's the first place you see when you come out of Hendy Woods. And for us, it's a lot of it's business, but we've been hiking and going there for 28 years, so we just walk there. Economically, the business people start seeing our sign out there, and it's probably 15 to 20% of our income at the fruit stand, which we're talking $30,000 to $40,000.
Most people that come to visit Anderson Valley come here for the entire valley, the wineries, the brewery, to taste our beer, to taste the wines, to camp here. And we put on a beer festival every year where we bring in 5,000 people, and they need a place to camp. A lot of them camp at the fairgrounds, some of them camp here on our property, but a lot of them depend on camping at Hendy Woods. So we would really hate to see Hendy Woods closed.
I feel very worried about Hendy Woods, about that situation, because I have a business, and before a lot of people, or right now a lot of people come through here and they stop here to get some coffee, and they enjoy a lot of Hendy Woods.
We're a cafe, deli, and bakery, and we specialize in sustainably raised ingredients for our food. And we're concerned about Hendy Woods closing because of the out-of-park revenues that it generates for our small rural community. And we know people come through, especially people from other countries, tourists, guests come through all the time and stay at Hendy. We don't have cathedrals here. We have redwood forests, and that's what people come to see.
Talking with customers as they come through, it's amazing how many people are staying at Hendy Woods and come and support our local businesses here in Boonville.
I'm Deborah Kahn, and I'm the owner of Navarro Vineyards, along with my husband and my grown children. Hendy Woods is kind of a special place in our hearts because the kind of people who appreciate wines grown without herbicides and pesticides are the same kind of people who appreciate ancient redwood. Over the last 38 years, I can't even imagine how many customers have come to us directly from their stay in Hendy Woods, or vice versa. They visited us and decided to make staying in a stand of ancient redwoods a part of their experience in the valley. There are 45 employees full-time at Navarro, so the impact of not having visitors if Hendy Woods were closed would not only be for my family, it would be all for all the great long-term employees that work so hard to make Navarro what it is.
Gowan family's owned property here since the late 1900s, and we've formed a fruit stand in 1960. Before that, my grandmother used to sit here under the oak tree and sell apples. And Hendy Woods is very important to us. A lot of our customers come camping and they come here and go shopping. In fact, at the end of the day, a lot of them come over and make their last run to buy what they need for their camping trip. If it were to close, it would make a big difference in our business in the summertime.
Hi, I'm Colin Wilson with the Anderson Valley Fire Department, and I wanted to mention that Hendy Woods is a significant water source to us for fire protection in that end of the valley. There are two water supplies that are available to us, and one of them is a relatively fast flow in a high quantity that's significant to us. And the closing of Hendy Woods would quite likely mean that those water supplies would no longer be available to us.
We're Lemon's Philo Market. We're a small family-owned, family-operated grocery store. We've been in business for over 35 years. We employ 10 full-time employees here, and we depend a lot on the tourism. We've been hit pretty hard by the economy and the closure of some of the industry around here. Hendy Woods closing would be a huge, huge impact to our livelihood. We wouldn't be able to employ the same number of people, and we definitely see a decrease in sales. Not only would it be a detriment to our bottom line, but there are a lot of other community affiliations that depend on Hendy Woods for their livelihood. It supports fundraisers. When people come from out of town to stay, they stay at Hendy Woods, and if those people can't come and stay, those organizations can't have their fundraisers. And it's everybody from the AV Sports Boosters, the AV Youth Baseball, Youth Football, the Senior Center, the Volunteer Fire Department, the Elder Home, the Unity Club. The list goes on and on. They call here looking for donations, which we won't be able to give anymore, and they use all the festivals and things that happen here during the summer. People won't be able to attend. They won't have anywhere to stay. So it's just bad for business all around. There isn't much more we can take. Closing Hendy Woods would be pretty much the straw that broke the camel's back in this town.
It really just makes us feel joyful, and that's where me and my friends love playing fairies and save Hendy Woods, because I like Hendy Woods. It's a good place to play Hendy Woods. I love Hendy Woods.